Welcome back LFC Transfer HQ. This is the most unexpected transfer twist of the season, and Liverpool are right in the middle of it. Your ultimate source for all things Liverpool FC transfers. Like and subscribe for more football updates. Our first news is Liverpool have been tipped to break the bank for yet another exciting forward. Premier League champions Liverpool are expected to splash the cash once again this winter as they look to try and revive their faltering Premier League title defence. The Reds have been beaten 6 times this term, one more than they recorded throughout the entirety of the 38-game season last time out, and they need a dramatic turnaround if they are to mount a respectable title push. Arne Slot revolutionised the team with nearly £450 million worth of attacking talent. It was the most ever spent by a team in a single transfer window, eclipsing the £434.5 million spent by Chelsea in the summer of 2023. However, even when including this bumper 2025 splurge, Liverpool only rank 7th among Premier League clubs for net spend since 2016-17, meaning there could still be room in the transfer kitty for a long-term Mohamed Salah replacement. And at the moment, one name that continues to be mentioned is Bournemouth's Antoine Semenyo. A number of outlets, including the iPaper, have reported that Liverpool hold a strong interest in Bournemouth's Antoine Semenyo. Fabrizio Romano has also confirmed there is a lot of interest in the player, who has a release clause in his contract. After his strong start to the season, it was almost inevitable that these kinds of reports would come. Semenyo has already registered 6 goals this season, the third most in the division behind the imperious Erling Haaland and Igor Thiago, while his tally of 3 assists also puts him joint second in the list of creative players in the division. Overall, Semenyo has 9 goal contributions in 11 matches. Again, only Haaland has more with 14, but he's playing in one of the most complete and well-oiled teams in the division as a number 9. Semenyo, on the other hand, is playing for a Bournemouth team that lost a whole host of star performers over the summer on the wing and is outperforming just about everyone in the division at present. It looks set to be a career-best campaign for the former Sunderland loanee, who is well on course to eclipse the 11 goals and 5 assists he managed for the Cherries last term. For a long time, Mohamed Salah has been considered the gold standard when it comes to Premier League wingers, and while it'd be foolish to suggest that the Egyptian won't return to his best in the near future, it's clear at present that he's being outperformed by Antoine Semenyo in just about every metric. Based on statistics from FBref, Semenyo has 3.28 shot-creating actions per 90 compared to Salah's 3.11. He's completed 6 take-ons leading to a shot attempt compared to Salah's 2. And the Ghanaian has recorded 12 shots on target to the Egyptian's 8. The standard of those shots are also better from the Bournemouth man, with 57.1% hitting the target compared to Salah's 32%. Clearly, this data is based on a shorter period of time, but there's no doubt that if Semenyo can carry on performing like he is, he'll get interest from the top club and quite likely Liverpool, who will have a huge task replacing Salah when his contract expires in 18 months' time. Salah has been an incredible part of Liverpool's success over the course of nearly a decade, and when he does depart, there's no doubt that he'll be mentioned in a similar bracket to names like Ian Rush, Kenny Dalglish and Steven Gerrard. However, at 33 years of age, it's inevitable that at some point soon he'll need to be rested in certain matches if he's to achieve his optimum levels of performances. And a long-term successor will need to be signed. Stay tuned for all the latest Liverpool transfer news, contract updates, and insider reactions from Anfield. Our second news is Fabrizio Romano reveals if Real Madrid regrets signing Trent Alexander-Arnold from Liverpool. Fabrizio Romano has revealed whether Real Madrid regrets signing Trent Alexander-Arnold from Liverpool in the summer of 2025 after he lost his place as their first-choice right-back. Alexander-Arnold turned down the chance to sign a new contract with Liverpool and joined Madrid at the end of last season. The England international right-back had a deal in place with Los Blancos to move to the Santiago Bernabeu on a free transfer in the summer of 2025, but Madrid paid €10 million, £8.7 million, $11.7 million, to Liverpool to get him out of his contract early. Real Madrid did so that Alexander-Arnold could play for Xabi Alonso's side at the 2025 FIFA Club World Cup. The 27-year-old made 5 appearances for Los Blancos at the competition, but the 2025-26 campaign has been less than great for the former Liverpool right-back. Alexander-Arnold has had to compete with Dani Carvajal for the right-back spot before the Spaniard suffered a long-term knee injury, and now even Federico Valverde is ahead of him in the pecking order despite the Uruguay international being a midfielder by trade. A hamstring injury, combined with competition for place, has restricted Alexander-Arnold to just 2 starts in La Liga and only 1 start in the Champions League for Madrid so far this season. Despite being fit and available, Alexander-Arnold did not start against Liverpool at Anfield in the Champions League and against Rayo Vallecano in La Liga last weekend. Reliable transfer journalist Fabrizio Romano has revealed that despite Alexander-Arnold making a less than impressive start to his Real Madrid career, the Spanish and European giants Chiefs are not worried about him and are confident that he will star for the team in the future. Romano said on his YouTube channel, "Real Madrid maintain their confidence in Trent for present and future. There is no panic, no alarm." Of course, Trent didn't start his Real Madrid chapter maybe in the best way possible. There is no excitement around that, but this can be part of the game. There is an injury, there is an adaptation for a player who started his career and played his whole career so far as a Liverpool player in the same city, in the same club, in the same country, in the same league, now moving to Real Madrid, different context, different language, different coach, different culture. Everything is completely different. He's adapting, but Real Madrid are not doubting the skills and the quality of Trent Alexander-Arnold, convinced about the signing they did on a free transfer, and so that's the feeling around Trent, especially on the physical point of view. Get the inside story first by joining our Team Talk Facebook channel to receive the latest breaking and exclusive news straight into your messenger inbox. Latest Real Madrid transfer news: Man United blow, Konate ultimatum. Meanwhile, Manchester United have moved ahead of Real Madrid in the race for a Portuguese gem, who is on the books of Sporting CP. Real Madrid have been told to pay at least £200 million for a Chelsea superstar that the Premier League club are planning to hand a new contract to. And finally, Real Madrid will be ecstatic to learn the ultimatum that Liverpool have given to Ibrahima Konate about signing a new contract to extend his stay at Anfield beyond the end of the season. Stay tuned for all the latest Liverpool transfer news, contract updates, and insider reactions from Anfield. Subscribe now for daily Liverpool FC updates and breaking football news. Our third news is Liverpool left it too late as Chelsea seal deal for yet another top South American talent. Liverpool have had to watch on as Chelsea hoover up talent after talent from the South American market. Despite the continent being filled with prodigious young players looking to further their careers in Europe, the Reds simply have not made the most of their status. In contrast, Chelsea have moved quickly and decisively to sign a number of the highest-profile wonder kids available. Liverpool got a front-row seat to how effective their strategy is becoming in October, when Estevao Willian pounced to score a last-second winner against them at Stamford Bridge. The Reds could have signed Estevao had they been a little more proactive, and according to journalist Fabrizio Romano, they have now been beaten to yet another top talent. On Friday, Liverpool were linked with Diner Ordóñez, a 16-year-old Ecuadorian creating waves with Independiente del Valle. By the same evening, Chelsea had signed him. According to Romano, the Reds were simply too late to the party, Liverpool too slow on Diner Ordóñez. As Liverpool shop around for centre-backs who can future-proof their back line, Ordóñez had sounded like an exciting prospect. Clearly, he would not be a signing for the here and now, and he will not join Chelsea until 2028, but by moving quickly, the Blues have made certain that if he blossoms as expected, they will benefit. Speaking to his YouTube channel late on Friday evening, Romano briefly mentioned Liverpool's interest, but confirmed that they were far too slow in following it up. Today in the morning we had links with Liverpool, saying that they were also interested. But Chelsea already closed the deal, said the transfer expert. These links were quite late because Chelsea already had an agreement at that point. We wait for an official statement but the deal is done. These links were quite late because Chelsea already had an agreement at that point. We wait for an official statement but the deal is done. While this is certainly nothing to lose sleep over this weekend, like Estevao, Ordóñez may eventually come back to bite Liverpool and their sluggishness will be to blame. Liverpool must improve South American business. Although Chelsea signing yet another South American teenager will likely cause eye rolls from rival supporters, Liverpool fans should be slightly concerned. As a top club, they should be in the driving seat for some of these players when they move to Europe. Instead, Liverpool tend to allow South American talents to join 2 or 3 different clubs before paying over the odds to get them years later. It is time the Reds cut out the middleman here and went straight to the source. As Estevao and others have shown, they are able to adapt and slot straight into a European team. Liverpool need to start trusting their scouts who are clearly doing work on these players only to see other clubs win the race. Ordóñez can now be added to a long list of hot prospects who have gotten away from the Reds. They cannot allow any more to join him there. Improvements need to be made to get to these players and get to them quickly. Stay tuned for all the latest Liverpool transfer news, contract updates, and insider reactions from Anfield. Subscribe now for daily Liverpool FC updates and breaking football news. Our fourth news is Liverpool preparing offer for 40-time international who is way more reliable than Ibrahima Konate. It's not Marc Guehi. Ibrahima Konate recent form has been a huge cause for concern at Anfield. Ibrahima Konate's underwhelming start to the season continued in a disappointing 3-0 defeat to title chasers Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium. It was the latest in a series of challenging afternoons for the Frenchman, who is looking increasingly likely to leave Liverpool for Spanish side Real Madrid when his contract expires next summer. The sheer fact that Real Madrid are interested in him outlines how good a player Konate can be. He's played 148 games and counting for Liverpool for a reason and was central in last year's title charge. However, the 25-time France international is a long way off those standards at present and is struggling to rediscover his best form. He continues to start games due to the lack of cover the squad as following summer signing Giovanni Leone's season-ending injury and Arne Slot's reluctance to play Joe Gomez, who was also linked with a move out of Anfield for most of the summer. It has been claimed that Liverpool see Ibrahima Konate's future as a lost cause after prolonged and so far unsuccessful contract negotiations. He's expected to follow in Trent Alexander-Arnold's footsteps by completing a move to Real Madrid unless something drastically changes in the near future. However, other reports claim he has been offered a new deal and could yet stay. Liverpool icon Jamie Carragher does not think it will be a major issue if he is to depart. Speaking to the Daily Mail, Carragher said, "I'd like him, Konate, to stay, but if he doesn't stay, Liverpool will sign someone else. Liverpool won't fall apart if Konate leaves. He's not Virgil van Dijk. He's a good centre-back who you hope will sign, but if he doesn't want to sign, Liverpool will be absolutely fine. He's a very good centre-back. It's not poor management, if he goes for free. You can't physically make somebody sign a contract. Then it's your decision, do you keep him to the length of his contract or do you sell him?" Crystal Palace captain Marc Guehi was close to joining Liverpool on deadline day for £35 million. However, Palace pulled the plug on the deal at the final moment to keep the central defender despite him being in the last year of his contract. Liverpool could still move for Guehi. Although, it's likely to be a difficult one to negotiate amid competition from Bayern Munich, Barcelona, Real Madrid and others, along with the fact that Palace will probably push to keep him until the end of his deal. An alternative to Guehi that could have an instant impact on Liverpool's defence could be Alessandro Bastoni from last year's Champions League finalists Inter Milan. The Reds are already said to be preparing a mega-money offer for him. Bastoni is at the peak of his powers, aged 26, and is a player with experience of success after winning 2 league titles with Inter, 2 Coppa Italia trophies and 3 Supercoppa Italiana. He's also reached the Champions League final twice, played a small part in Italy's European Championship triumph and has featured 40 times for Italy over the course of his career. He's a left-footed centre-back which would perfectly complement the right-footed Van Dijk and offer excellent balance to Liverpool's defence after a shaky start to the campaign. Bastoni is perfectly suited to playing the ball out from the back. Last season, he made 162 progressive passes compared to Guehi's 134 and Konate's 113. He also carries the ball much more better than his two counterparts with 62 progressive carries compared to Konate's 25 and Guehi's 22 while contributing 6 assists compared to Konate and Guehi's 2, vf. Stay tuned for all the latest Liverpool transfer news, contract updates, and insider reactions from Anfield. Subscribe now for daily Liverpool FC updates. Our fifth news is journalist. Liverpool considering move to sign former Arsenal forward. Liverpool eye Serge Gnabry as contract stalemate at Bayern opens door. As Bayern Munich struggle to tie down Serge Gnabry to a new deal, Liverpool are reported to be among the European clubs monitoring the winger's situation closely, according to Bild. The 30-year-old's contract expires at the end of this season, and although Bayern are keen to extend, financial realities are making negotiations difficult. Gnabry remains an integral part of Thomas Tuchel's plans, particularly in the absence of Jamal Musiala. Bild described that the Munich management would like to extend with the midfield star, but that his current salary of between 17 and 19 million euros per year is a sum that Bayern are not willing to continue to put on the table. Salary stumbling block fuels transfer talk. The issue is straightforward. Bayern want to keep Gnabry but expect him to accept a pay cut. The players' camp, however, sees his value differently, particularly after consistent performances this season. With his current deal running down, top clubs are circling. Bild's Christian Falk stated on his Bayern Insider podcast, Juventus is looking for reinforcement. His versatility across the forward line fits Liverpool's tactical framework perfectly. Able to play on either flank or in a central attacking role, he would bring both experience and quality depth. With Mohamed Salah entering the final year of his contract in 2026, Liverpool may soon face difficult decisions regarding their attacking future. Gnabry's Premier League history also adds intrigue. His brief spell at Arsenal was followed by a resurgence in Germany, where he became one of Bayern's most productive attackers. Bringing him back to England would represent both a statement signing and a potential short-term boost for a title-chasing squad. Market competition and timing. Liverpool are not alone in monitoring the situation. Juventus remain keen, though their financial flexibility is limited. Meanwhile, other clubs could emerge if Gnabry maintains his current form through the winter. For now, Liverpool's position appears cautious but interested. The opportunity to sign an experienced international performer without a transfer fee could appeal to FSG's value-driven model, particularly if Salah's long-term future remains uncertain. Our view, Anfield Index analysis. While Serge Gnabry's quality is undeniable, many Liverpool supporters will take this report with a healthy dose of skepticism. The Reds have rarely splashed out on players commanding wages above £300,000 a week, and Bild's suggestion of an annual salary in the region of 17 to 19 million euros puts him in that bracket. Fans might question whether the 30-year-old fits the club's current recruitment profile. Under Arne Slot, Liverpool have leaned toward players entering their prime years rather than those already there. With the likes of Florian Wirtz, Federico Chiesa and Cody Gakpo all fighting for wide roles, adding another high earner could disrupt squad balance. Stay tuned for all the latest Liverpool transfer news, contract updates, and insider reactions from Anfield. Our last news is ex-referee accuses PGMOL of twisting the laws after Liverpool denied City goal. Liverpool fans were left fuming after Virgil van Dijk's header against Manchester City was ruled out, and now a former FIFA referee has accused the officials of manipulating the law to justify the call. Keith Hackett, who once headed the PGMOL himself, went on a detailed online rant criticizing the decision to rule out our captain's equalizer at the Etihad. The 81-year-old, who refereed the 1981 FA Cup final, believes the officials got it wrong by deeming Andy Robertson to be interfering with Gianluigi Donnarumma despite the Scot clearly standing to the goalkeeper's left. A clear manipulation of the law to justify an incorrect decision, Hackett wrote on X. Robertson did not interfere with his opponent. Hackett went on to question how Howard Webb, Michael Oliver and Chris Kavanagh handled the situation, comparing the PGMOL's explanation show, hosted by Michael Owen, to a Tommy Cooper sketch. He added, manipulate the law to fit with the decision. Gallagher and Foy wouldn't have ruled it out. Neither would I or Halsey. Hackett defends Liverpool's case after disallowed Van Dijk goal. The disallowed effort came with the Reds trailing 1-0, just minutes before halftime, and could have shifted the momentum in a game we went on to lose 3-0. It was the fifth league defeat of the season for Arne Slot's reigning champions though, who failed to register another shot on target until the 76th minute. Hackett's comments follow Liverpool's formal complaint to the PGMOL, with club officials contacting Howard Webb to voice serious concerns about how the decision was reached. That message came before the governing body released the VAR audio from the incident, which showed officials deciding within seconds that Robertson had impacted Donnarumma's view. Liverpool continue to challenge officiating standards. The controversy adds to a growing list of frustrations with refereeing standards this season. The decision to disallow Van Dijk's goal left many questioning the consistency of officiating, especially when incidents like Bernardo Silva's offside involvement against Wolves last season went unpunished. Hackett agreed, replying, "Spot on with your analysis." For Liverpool, it's another bitter chapter in a season where key calls have repeatedly gone against us and where former officials are now publicly siding with the Reds. Thanks for watching. That's all for today's transfer update. But the transfer window never sleeps, and neither do we. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for the latest Liverpool FC transfer news, rumors, and confirmed deals. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss an update, because at LFC Transfer HQ, you'll never walk alone.